cynical attempt to boost ratings or a serious attempt to uncover the truth. In a moment we'll be speaking to Dr. Julian Lewis MP, who's so concerned about the programme and the studio discussion afterwards that he's raised the issue in the Commons. But first we can cross to Alan Fisher, who's at the scene of last August's terrible tragedy in Paris. Alan, good morning. What is this documentary going to tell us that we don't already know?
Morning, Penny. Well, the documentary contains a number of serious and some would say controversial allegations. One of the most incredible is that Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, was warned by the Secret Service MI5 that if he continued his affair, then he may meet an accident, and they pointed to the mysterious death of a former bodyguard as way almost of a warning. That's just one of these incredible allegations contained in the documentary, but there are others. This French villa, according to the documentary, is where Diana and Dodi were planning to live together.
What about Dodi? Did he like this house? I mean, what do you...
Oh, yeah, sure. He liked it very much. He liked it very much. It's a beautiful house.
So you expected Dodi
Yeah, sure.
and Diana to live in this house together?
Absolutely. Everything is ready to come here.
It's claimed the couple had definite plans to marry. It's also claimed the driver, Henri Paul, was being paid by the French Secret Service. On 5 separate occasions, with no explanation, £4,000 was paid into his bank account. Added to that, there's the question of Henri Paul's blood sample. The claim, carbon monoxide as well as alcohol was found in his bloodstream.
But that only deepens the mystery, because here's Henri Paul, 2 hours before his death, walking down the steps in the Ritz without any problem.
Where's the Fiat Uno witnessed at the crash? What happened to a mystery motorcyclist observed at the scene? Why have some of the paparazzi never been interviewed? Another set of conspiracy theories. The programme appears to raise as many questions as it answers. 9 months on, people in Paris still bring flowers to the spot where Diana died on that night on August the 31st last year. This city is obsessed with the Diana case the way that people in Britain are, but they feel that many of the allegations contained in the documentary tonight, and one to be aired on Channel 4 tomorrow, do nothing to help the inquiry to find out exactly what caused the crash, and in fact do nothing more than muddy the waters, John.
OK, Alan, thanks very much indeed. Well, I'm joined now in the studio by an MP who's so concerned about this documentary and the discussion that will follow it, that he's raising the issue with our industry's watchdog body, that's the Independent Television Committee, and he's Dr. Julian Lewis, and he's alongside the programme's producer, Richard Belfield. Good morning to you both. What's your chief concern, Julian?
Well, I've got 2 concerns. The general concern about the requirements of the 1990 Broadcasting Act, which require that politically controversial and other controversial subjects be treated with what's called due impartiality. I haven't seen the programme yet, but I know something about some of the people who are taking part in the discussion programme afterwards. And as I said in the House of Commons, one of them is a notorious fabricator and defamer. And the fact that someone of this sort could be put on air to discuss a programme with serious allegations that must be of great distress to the families concerned is not a good sign that ITV is going to treat this matter in a responsible way.
OK, we have to pay respect to the fact that while you have complete or qualified privilege in the House of Commons, we don't enjoy the same privilege here. We have to be careful about what we say about people. But Richard Belfield, I'm sure you'll take on board the broad brush allegation that Julian's making there.
Yeah, but our programme, I mean, I can't speak for the discussion programme anyway, it hasn't happened yet, but from our programme itself is extremely balanced. So what we do is we say, here is the evidence. We don't actually draw any conclusions, but we lay it out and let the viewers decide. I mean, I think our view is that the television audience in Britain is pretty mature, actually, and I think you have to trust the viewers on this.
Richard, the audience may be mature, but 2 boys aren't mature. Wills and Harry aren't mature. This is bound to have an upsetting effect on them.
Well, we hear this constantly, and I don't know whether it's true or not. I don't know anybody who's spoken to the boys. I mean, how do we know that actually they wouldn't prefer to know what did happen to their mother?
But, I mean, have you got children?
Yes, I have, yeah.
I mean, if they lost their mother with less than 12 months after her funeral, don't you think they'd be upset by something like this?
I'd hope my children would actually want to know what happened if their mother had died in controversial
Do you
circumstances.
accept that, Julian?
No, I don't, because I think that there are some allegations that are so serious and so outrageous that unless there really is solid and hard evidence for them being true, there is no right to give them the privilege of airing on our still very restricted air time which is available.
Do you have solid evidence?
Let me just give one example. Holocaust denial. There are people who deny that millions of Jews were murdered in the Holocaust. Now, a program